Hey guys, welcome. It's been a while since I'm not able to do my videos regularly, but I'm gonna try. I've just been caught up with a lot of stuff at home, personal commitments and responsibilities. But here I am. I just wanted to share something that came up for me, and um, I just hope you all are doing well. And I haven't checked on that, so do let me know how you are doing and where you're seeing this video from, and what content you would like to see as well. What I wanted to say was that I usually share content from my own experiences, observations, or any issues that I feel um, people are facing and how I can help in whatever way or form that I can. So, with that being said, this is a little serious topic, so I'll try not to keep it too serious, um, but it needs to be said anyway. What came up was like I've seen a lot of people asking me why, like, what's our purpose, or why are we here, or what's going on, or how are we going to get happiness, what is my life purpose. This is so much, there's a lot of that happening, or being asked, or humanity as such, I've seen, are like beginning to question our existence. We are moving past all of the victim mindset, survival mindset, all of the archetypes we have taken on. We're understanding that we are more than just a body, that we are a soul, and that we have a soul purpose, and that earth is a school, as we know from all our previous masters and guides and people who've done extensive research on this topic. Um, so, from my understanding as well, from all the books I've read, from all the knowledge that I've gained over the years, and stuff that comes in my dream state as well, or in between, like I get woken up and all of these thoughts just flood in, so I have to share them with you guys. uh, so what came up was, I feel like we're all like a work in progress, which is which is good. I mean, that is why we're here to learn something, and earth is the only place where we get to feel. Like, once we move on, or once we pass on, we do have memories of all the experiences that we have undergone on earth, the thought process, the impressions. Oh my god, impressions is something that we take on with us to the next life, and then either, if it's of something, if it's useful, we can share it with other energy beings as well, our guides, masters, and maybe our soul tribe. Or if it's negative experiences, and we that has an imprint as well on us, so that has an impact and imprint on us. So what really helps is releasing all of these imprints, releasing these impressions, and you can do that very well through the simple act of meditation. Sit with the intention that you want to release all of these past impressions. So that's one major thing that we can do, is cleansing, grounding, cleansing, protection for ourselves every day. What else? Um, so it's not just the imprints. Now, why are we here? Um, so we have a lot of karma. Obviously, we have accumulated karma from our past lifetimes. Obviously, if we are here, we've got karma, all of us, some karma, some lesson that we need to share, or we need to ascend or evolve, or let go of some experiences from the past, or lessons that we have learned, or share our experiences with people, or undergo certain challenges, tests, and experiences that may be hurtful, but that will help us tremendously on our ascension journey. Also, it could just be past karma from your ancestors, past karma, collective karma. Also, maybe we did something wrong in our past lifetime, like hurt someone, and then we need to experience that in this lifetime as a lesson. Only when we experience it ourselves, we understand how it felt for them. And there's also judgment, like when we pass on, we need to explain to our guides why we put ourselves through certain experiences or torture, or why we did not do certain things when we did receive guidance, or didn't take action when needed, or why we hurt someone, or whatever. So we have the, choice to do that while there is no capital punishment and all of that. um the divine doesn't judge you, and that is really beautiful. Thank God for that. It's just for our own learning experience to evolve as highly developed souls. We need to let go of basic things like fear, ego, attachment, envy, judgment, and so much more: anger, hatred, pain, and how others perceive us as well. That's again judgment. So there's a lot that we need to let go of. There's a lot of beliefs, wounds from the past that make us, that define us into becoming different versions of ourselves, either good or bad. The choice is ours. Each one processes pain differently. But awareness is definitely important because that helps you choose a better path for yourself and to make better decisions for yourself. Also, um, what I was coming to was karma, right? So, like, basically, what is your lesson? Let's see. So, the best way to understand this is to see what you're suffering from, what are your challenges. So, we keep talking about shadow work, repressed emotions, or like just see what's challenging you. Let's see, for example, let me take my own example because I don't know what you are going through unless you share with me or you let me know your experiences or um, yeah, stuff that I see in my sessions or that I work with people or my family, friends, relatives, and so on. So from my own experience, what I have seen for myself is feeling a lack of support always. So what I did was obviously having a realization of where that stems from, where this came from, understanding it. Of course, I got an understanding of it, got the clarity of all of that. And then I used it um, to basically understand what to do with this. So people are not going to change. You cannot change people. You cannot control outcomes. You cannot change people as well. You cannot control people as well. That's not something that we need to do. What we need to understand is how we can make changes within ourselves to feel better. So let's say in this case, lack of support. That's something that most of us can relate to, I'm sure. So for lack of support, how you can break the cycle, because we need to break those cycles. Otherwise, we keep having this rebirth constantly. How we can break the cycle is a simple thing. So if you feel a lack of support, see how you can support yourself, be self-reliant, be independent, and also see if you can support other people. Maybe there is some karma around support. So maybe in your past life you didn't support someone or something like that. Maybe it would benefit you a lot by doing charity donation or service, um, unpaid, like free service, right? Without any outcome. So that's one. And there are many other things that you can do. So that's one of these aspects. Another thing could be, let's say, fear. Why do we hang on to fear? Is so common. Why do we, if you feel like you're so fearful, or why you, if you've observed that about yourself, like you've been fearful and somewhere you've taken stock of it or try to understand where this is coming from. So when you understand, when you're aware, and when you acknowledge it that you are in this energy of fear, you have to figure out where it comes from and how you can overcome it. So again, to break that cycle, you would need to do something courageous and brave. Keep doing things that make you feel brave, that build your confidence, that build your courage. And also ask for help for any situation, whether it's support, whether it's fear, whether it's anger, hatred, forgiveness, if you're struggling with forgiveness, whatever the issue could be, break that cycle by doing that particular thing. So, for example, if people around you keep annoying you, pull back your energy, because it does happen that you may feel, especially for people who are on a spiritual path, you may feel like you are pulled into many commitments and responsibilities, maybe your siblings or family or friends or your work environment or something around you. There is a lot of responsibility and you're pulled in different directions and you're not able to focus on your path. So what would you do? Set boundaries, for example. Pull back your energy, step back, evaluate, reflect, pull yourself back and know that you're fine to be on your own. It's okay to be on your own. It's okay to, if you can't be um, diplomatic, you don't have to be rude as well. So you can find a way to express yourself. Or if you feel like, oh, because I struggle with all of that, like I've been told, like I'm not very, I'm, just blunt or something like that. What I do is I pull back my energy and see where I can modify this, make changes for myself to be authentic as well as, say it in a way that doesn't hurt anyone's feelings. So that's something. And then again, there are a lot of things like that that we have in our lives. Love, relationships, we may attract the wrong relationships for ourselves. So how can we work around that? Love ourselves. Forgiveness is the best act of self love, like I just said in my earlier video today. And also, if you feel like you are getting into the wrong relationships, or you are attracting people who um, do not invest in you or are emotionally unattached, um, that's probably because you are neglecting yourself, or you are probably ungrateful, or probably you've done something in your past life where you were not giving in to someone who needed your attention and time. Doesn't matter what it is, at least with this awareness you can work around it, process it, and move on from that. So invest in yourself, focus on yourself, go inward, because only you can make changes for yourself, nobody else. Like, people can tell you all sorts of stuff, but the changes that you need, things that you relate to, things that resonate with you, only you would know that. Whatever you feel called to do is something that you should do if you're aware, and if you feel that it's relatable to you, make those changes for yourself and see how things work around. And manifestations, people will tell you a million things about manifestation and stuff. It really doesn't matter. The main thing here is that we first of all understand what our individual karma is. What is our sole purpose? Working on the challenges that we are trying to overcome so that we don't have to come back repeatedly and repeat the same mistakes again. That's one. So, working on that, healing from it, acknowledging it. It doesn't have to be in order. Sometimes it can happen in random orders as well. But at least the intention of wanting to work on yourself is really important. So do that, work on yourself, see what exactly is challenging you. Break that cycle by doing the reverse of it. If you feel unsupported, help people. If you feel unloved, love yourself, love people. Be in an energy of unconditional love and know that you're not being judged, you're being loved unconditionally. So why are we holding expectations with love? Like, love is so pure on its own. We don't need to add expectations to it. The minute you put expectations on relationships, on love, on people, on I don't know what else, there are going to be disappointments, and you will continuously be disappointed if you keep having expectations. So yeah, forgiveness, compassion, love, raising your vibration, doing things that bring you joy, focus on yourself, love yourself. At the end of it all, it just comes to self love. And also know that you have free will. So basically, when you are here, you have the potential for redemption. This is the place where you can do it. Once you um, leave your body, you really have to again sit and discuss with your guys what went wrong, how you could have done things better, and then try and come back and figure out another lifetime for that. So if you have that opportunity for redemption, opportunity for working on your challenges, things that are your specific tests, work on that first. Heal yourself. You really need to work on healing, understanding, acknowledging those wounds, addressing them, seeing them for what it is. It may be hurtful because you may not be ready to hear stuff about yourself, but the minute you acknowledge that, and as well as your repressed emotions, like maybe you've been um, not acknowledged enough in the past, or you were not allowed to express yourself. Doesn't matter what it was, that was your past. Forgive your parents, your family, your friends, whatever. Allow yourself to express through whatever medium. And now we have so much opportunity to express ourselves in various ways. So do whatever you can to express yourself. Write, speak, talk to people, share your experiences, do whatever you can to get it out of your system. You can even journal, or make a recording and just keep it for yourself, so that you know that you are not abandoning yourself, you are taking care of yourself, you are pouring into yourself. And when you do that, that's all that you need to do. That's when you get your alignment, your connection, your union with the divine. And that's ultimately what we need to do. Be like the source that we came from. So while it sounds simple, it's really not that simple and not impossible to achieve either. So let me know if this makes sense, and if there's any more inputs you would like to add, or any feedback, or if there's anything more that you would like to know about this. Do reach out to me at the links below. And also, I want to add, like, our life purpose is also to work in harmony with people around us. So just look at people, like, observe them, let them do whatever they're doing. Don't get involved in their drama. They may pull you into different um, expectations or webs, like they may say something hurtful or they may expect something out of you. You decide whether you want to give into that energy or not. You have the power to decide that. So you choose, am I ready to give into this energy? Am I ready to do this? Or am I ready to react? Or do I need to take whatever they're saying? Do I need to give them the power to do that? When you make those choices for yourself, when you stop reacting, you start evolving spiritually, you start ascending, and you start going into union with the divine, and you start understanding what the divine plan is. Your consciousness expands, your soul feels lighter, you're ready to really move on, and find meaning in life, find that eternal bliss, that happiness that cannot match anything that you will find here on earth, anything. So I hope this resonated and made sense. To let me know. Thank you. Stay blessed.